The new Gamer Beast cell phone has just been unveiled and it's not from Red Magic. We are talking about the ASUS ROG Phone 8, which this year has arrived under a series, so we are in front of the standard model and the Pro model. The design honestly does not look very attractive to say the least. The back cover is divided with a diagonal to have a two-color finish, although very similar. The camera module also has a small cutout in the lower right corner. However, on the front, we will find a design with fairly small bezels and a tiny cutout to place the camera, unlike Red Magic, which bets on a camera below the screen. The back features the ROG logo, which is customizable with RGB lights. Although the Pro model has a slightly different design in this regard, being a custom logo with 341 LEDs. And in both cases, we have IP resistance 68, so they can be submerged without any problem. In this aspect, they completely surpass Red Magic, which has not yet had this certification. Both models have 6.78-inch AMOLED screen made by Samsung with a full HD Plus resolution and a refresh rate of 165 Hz. In addition, it is a screen that has a maximum peak of 2,500 nits. It also has fingerprint reader inside the display. Its thickness is 8.9 millimeters and it has a weight of 225 grams. So we are not talking about a device that is characterized by being very light. However, it is thinner and lighter than the last generation. But obviously the performance is going to be the most attractive thing. So this device integrates the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, 12 or 16 gigabyte versions of RAM, LPDDR5X with 256 gigabytes of storage. But there are also versions with 512 gigabytes or up to 1 terabyte of storage. And for these two editions, the version with 24 gigabytes of RAM is also available. So obviously it makes no sacrifice in this section. The battery is 5,500 milliamps with support for 65-watt charging. So in this aspect, it's not that impressive. But it does support Quick Charge 5.0 or power delivery. And it also has support for wireless charging. It comes with Android 14 and on top of it the ROG UI customization layer, which adds artificial intelligence options to recognize text in some games. For example, in Genshin Impact, it could recognize the text of some missions and give you suggestions. In addition to having a wallpaper generator by artificial intelligence, it does have a headphone jack and has a speaker system with 5 magnets to have a lot of power. It also includes the air trigger function to have additional triggers when playing, and in the photographic section, it will be far superior to what Red Magic offers us, having 32 megapixels for the front camera, 50 megapixels for the main camera with optical stabilization, 13 megapixels for the ultra-wide camera, and 32 megapixels for a telephoto camera with 3x optical zoom and optical stabilization. The most basic model is priced at $1,099. It should also be remembered that ASUS does not have such a widespread distribution of this device and it often remains exclusive to certain countries. It is also very curious that between the standard model and the Pro model there are not so many differences, since they even share the same photographic system, unlike the strategy of other brands, which is exactly in the camera section where they usually mark the differences between one model and another. For now, we will have to wait to see if we will be able to test it at some point.